Hi guys, I'm Shmi and today I'm with Ford Driving Skills for Life. We're going to be undergoing a number of tasks and challenges and set for a pretty exciting day ahead. The Ford Driving Skills for Life program is something they started in the US, brought over to Europe last year. Now, there are a whole load of things lined up that take driving a little bit further. So you've passed your driving test. It's all about what happens next and understanding things a little bit better. So we're out on an airfield. You'll have to excuse me if it's a little bit windy as the day goes by here. But of course, this is the perfect location for doing this kind of thing. And we've got some pretty cool stuff lined up. Now, this isn't just a normal kind of driving improvement day. There is an extra sort of twist to this that we're going to be getting to as we go through the day. So I'm also here with a couple of other YouTubers. We'll try and catch up with them as we go, but I think this is going to be quite fun. So let's take a look and find out what's going on. The first task of the day is oversteer in the Fiesta that's being demonstrated here by Paul from Supercars of London. We'll catch up with him in a moment. Now the car is specifically set up so it's got normal tyres on the front. And it actually has skid tyres on the rear, so they're plastic, which helps obviously kick the car out and get it into that oversteer sort of scenario so that you can try and bring it back round. Paul, you're back. How was it?
It was a lot of fun, but you learn a lot in the short space of time I had. I had 10 minutes in the car. I span out a couple of times, which is what Sam's been doing recently, but then after a while, you start to learn a little bit about the oversteer and you can start to correct yourself, and it's good. It's really, really good and also really interesting. He's not really putting his foot down.
No, he'll have to work a bit harder.
Yeah.
Any pointers before I go out?
Slow. Go slow and don't do 100% throttle. Just sort of do sharp in turns. So do the figure of 8 like that, and you get the hang of it pretty quickly.
Cool. Wait for Sam to come back in and then I'll head out.
So basically, the message with this is to sort of show people what oversteer feels like. It's quite an alien thing because it's a front-wheel drive car. Yeah. Predominantly, sort of probably 80% of the marketplace is.
That was good fun and a real kind of interesting demonstration. It's not that frequent. I get to try front-wheel drive cars and experience oversteer in them, and thanks to these sort of plastic rear tyres, they aren't rubber. The car sort of demonstrates what it's like if, let's say, you had the minimum tread depth on your car and you hit some sort of ice or oil and it was to oversteer. Well, by doing this and by practicing it back to back, you get a feel for it. And should that ever happen, you learn to sort of instinctively react the correct way. The next activity that Sam's going up for is quick braking. So it's all about testing out the ABS, experiencing an emergency brake, and then testing some quick lane changes as well. How was it?
It was good.
Natural?
No, I struggled to do an emergency stop on a runway because I couldn't get my head to think, well, I really need to slam on the brakes.
I think that's probably going to be my problem too.
Yeah, I was too soft, and then he was like, so I was like, you're going to push me, I'm going to slam on these brakes, and then we did a
okay, good, right. I'm going to head out now then. There we go, I got the hazards on. Victory. Exactly as Sam, seen through glass, said before I went out, does not come instinctively at all. I was not really getting my foot down hard enough on the brake because you just see an empty runway, but that is exactly why you practice that. Anyway, enough filming here with the Focus. We're now going to go and try the drug suit. So
what do your elbows feel like when you've got them on?
Less movement. Restrictive. Right. And wrist. So right arm, left leg. Yeah. Okay. And the arcade interferes with your balance. Oh, I can. It's quite heavy. I had no idea that was going to be so heavy. So I'm being dressed up in the drug suit, which consists of some really interesting components. I've got a very, very heavy left foot. No. That must be a good thing.
Well, yeah, I can't see anything.
Okay, that's how you make yourself dizzy. So the glass is on. I can see I can see at least 2 of my cameras there and there.
Do you want to give me your McLaren?
I can't hear you. If you... You're moving your hand. Well, that was interesting and rather challenging, and I think the short summary is, if you were on drugs, you should not go anywhere near a car because that experience is completely impossible. You can't see right, you can't feel right, you feel heavy, you're bogged down. Catching a football, doing kick-ups, you can't do walking in a straight line because you don't know where you're going. The next task is going to be driving the Focus around this course. So the cones are laid out, it's very, very tight, very narrow. And the interesting thing here is we're going to go firstly just driving around in the car, and then we're going to do drives trying out using our phones and using our video cameras. So this is basically going to demonstrate in a safe environment how much it distracts you from the safety of the road, especially somewhere this tight, this twisty. So this is actually going to be quite interesting to see how it goes. Paul and Sam have both made it around already, driving quite well, so I had a heads up on what to be aware of. Let's jump in and have a go. See you in a moment.
It's quite tight, and this car's slightly bigger than most youngsters would tend to drive, so turning circle just a little bit sort of wider.
Have I gone too far already? So drive round.
Drive round and try and send.
Open up I've got a nice little group with the other 2 here, so I'll send a message to them both.
Excellent, yeah.
Okay, let's give this give this a go. Awkward silence. Yep, I have to look up and think and stop. Sam's calling me just to make life hard. Oh dear. Yeah, and my writing is not going very well either right now. Hi guys, we're driving around the course and sending you this message while I go. My phone doesn't know the word Ford yet. It thinks it's food. There we go around. Send. Hi guys, we're driving around the course and sending this message on the Ford Focus. But you're panicking so much.
Yeah.
It's so unpleasant.
And it is, and it's the sort of thing, we take the footage and you see how relaxed you are in the first lap round.
Yeah.
And then the second lap with like 50
Jerking,
60% is looking down.
braking,
And
yeah.
it is just one of those, what if things happen? What if things do in particular happen? And that sort of links into the next sort of thing that we'll have a look at within Ford Driving Skills for Life, which is city safe, city brake, and just see basically how well the sort of car, if we do get distracted, how well it sort of tends to brake within the sort of systems. But yeah, just highlight to us how.
Yeah, when you're doing it in that close environment, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Excellent.
I hit a cone!
Oh, did not go over?
I paused it. We're going to test active city stop, which involves this car-shaped object in front of us.
It certainly does. Slow moving traffic moving forward at relatively low speed, and we've accidentally realised that the car in front has either stopped, or as we're driving towards it, we suddenly notice one of our colleagues on the right side look across, and we carry on towards the object and it stops for us.
safe, just. That's quite cool actually.
The active city stop is pretty cool, the way the car comes to a complete halt just before you're going to hit the obstacle like that. But this has been a great day for coming along and seeing an especially prepared environment with the right kind of equipment, you know, the right kind of tyres on the Fiesta, driving around the dedicated course in the Focus, between the cones, getting to see what difference that made with the mobile phone. Then of course trying out the drug suit and seeing how much all of this actually affects your driving, because until you actually try it in this kind of environment, you're never really going to know. You know, you see it with driving, trying to send the message on the phone. Everything gets a little bit slower, a little bit more, like takes more time to process. If something jumped out, you're not going to see it. But a lot of people, I'm sure, think out on the road it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But you come here and you see that it does. The drug suit, now that was just kind of chaos. And if it does that to you when you're walking and trying to kick a football around, when you're driving, yeah, you see where that's going. I particularly enjoyed getting a feel for where the oversteer comes in on the Fiesta, driving the front wheel drive car. It's the kind of environment you don't often get to test, so you know, if it did come up in the real world, it would catch you by surprise. Then you have things like emergency braking and so on, but the Driving Skills for Life package has really brought that all into this one sort of opportunity to try it all together and try it all properly. You know, it's not like it's a sort of one-off or not fully prepared environment. You've got everything set out very, very nicely and well put together. So I've had a really good day actually driving and being able to experience all of that. And it's a program that's open for you as well. So you'll find all the links in the description down below, all the details that you need to know. But a great day. Thank you very much to Ford, of course, for inviting me down, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.